My name is Julie. Tonight, I'm at the airport. It is late, very late. I've been traveling for 9 hours. 9 hours. My back hurts, my eyes are tired. I stop for a moment. I look at the windows. Outside, I can see the city. The lights are blue and white and silver. They are beautiful. I say to myself, quietly, I am tired, but the city lights are beautiful. I take a breath. I pick up my bag, and I walk. Tonight, I have 3 things to do. Find my hotel, get there, and sleep. Simple, but a new city, nothing is simple. Follow me. I arrive at the hotel. The lobby is quiet. There is soft light everywhere, gold and warm. It smells like clean linen and something floral. I walk to the front desk. A woman looks up. She smiles. She says, "Good evening. Welcome, how can I help you?" I take a small breath, and I say, "Good evening, I have a reservation under the name Julie." She looks at her screen. She types something. I wait. Then she smiles again. "Yes, I can see your booking. It is a single room, 2 nights, is that correct?" "Yes, that is correct, thank you." She asked for my passport. Of course, here it is. I hand it to her. She looks at it. She types again. Then she gives me a key card, a small white card. "Your room is on the 5th floor, room 512. The elevator is just around the corner. Breakfast starts at 7. I have one question. What time is checkout? Checkout is at 11. Have a good night. Thank you, good night. I walk to the elevator. I press the button. The doors open. I did it. Simple words, clear words. I have a reservation under the name Julie. That sentence opened the door. Now, your turn. Say it out loud, use your name. I have a reservation under the name. Good. But wait. This is the next morning. I need to go across the city. I need a taxi. I step outside the hotel. The air is cold. It is raining. A light rain, soft rain. I can hear it on the pavement. A taxi stops in front of me. The driver looks at me. I open the door, I get in. The inside of the taxi is warm. It smells like coffee and old leather. The driver glances in the mirror. "Good evening. Where are you going?" "Good evening, downtown, please, the Grand Avenue Hotel." He nods. He starts driving. I look out the window. The city is wet and shiny. The lights reflect on the road. Red, yellow, white. Beautiful, even in the rain. Then I think, how much will this cost? I do not want a surprise, so I ask, "Excuse me, how much will it be approximately?" He says, "Around $20, maybe a little more with the rain." "That is fine, thank you." And then, silence. Good silence. I do not need to fill it. I just look at the city moving past the window. Rain on glass is a peaceful sound. The next morning, I returned to the airport. I had a second bag, a big suitcase. It arrived on a different flight. I wait at the baggage carousel. It moves slowly, round and round, bag after bag. People pick up their bags, they smile. They walk away. I wait. The carousel slows down. It stops. My suitcase is not there. I feel a cold feeling in my chest. I know this feeling. It is the feeling of, what do I do now? I take a breath, I look around. I see a desk with an airline sign. I walk toward it. There is a man at the desk. He looks up at me. "Excuse me, I cannot find my suitcase." He nods, he does not look surprised. This happens, I know it happens. I'm sorry to hear that. Can I have your boarding pass and baggage claim ticket, please? Yes, here they are. I hand him both papers. My hands are a little shaky, but my voice is calm. He looks at the papers. He types something. Then he asks, "Can you describe your suitcase?" I think for a second. It is a large, dark blue suitcase. It has a red ribbon on the handle. A red ribbon, I always put a red ribbon so I can find it easily. Today, it did not help, but at least I can describe it. Thank you. We will try to locate it. Can I have your hotel address and phone number? Of course, I am staying at the Grand Avenue Hotel Room 512. He writes everything down. He looks at me. We will contact you within 24 hours. I apologize for the inconvenience. I look at him, I breathe out slowly. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. I walk away from the desk. My suitcase is still missing, but I communicated. I was understood. That is enough for now. Say it with me. Excuse me, I cannot find my suitcase. Good. Here is what I want you to understand. Travel is not always comfortable. Hotels lose bookings, taxis or unfamiliar bags go missing. But here's the truth. You do not need perfect English for any of this. You need clear English. Short sentences, direct sentences. I have a reservation. How much will it be? I cannot find my suitcase. Those are not big sentences, but they open doors. They get you help. They move you forward. Your brain learns best when it hears English in a real context. Not in a grammar book, in the taxi, in the rain, at a desk, at midnight, in a hotel lobby that smells like clean linen. That is what you practice today. Let's go back through tonight. I have a reservation under the name. How much will it be? Approximately. I cannot find my suitcase. Say all three out loud right now. Those sentences are yours now. I'm back in my room, room 512. I set my small bag on the floor. I sit on the edge of the bed. The room is quiet. Outside, the city is still glowing, blue and silver and soft. I do not have my big suitcase, not yet. But I am here. I'm safe. I handled everything. I close my eyes. Tomorrow is a new day. If this felt different from how you usually practice English, that feeling is real. You did not study tonight, you traveled. And your voice moved through real situations. That is not small, that is progress. In the next audio, Julie wakes up in that same city. She needs to find a cafe, a pharmacy, and her way back. With no map, no suitcase, it is waiting for you. See you there. See you there.